Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And the UFC's undisputed bantamweight champion, the Viper, TJ Dillashaw, is keeping that same energy with no love Cody Garbrandt. He says, I said I'd ruin his career, and I'm doing it. He recently spoke with the media, and he was asked about, how he feels about how the whole Cody Garbrandt and Team Alpha Male rivalry has played out. And TJ Dillashaw says, hell yeah, I'm cool with how it unfolded. It's exactly what I said was going to go down. I told you I was going to knock him out in the first round, and I did. I said I'd ruin his career, and I'm doing it. The guy is screwed at 135. He should have went back to the drawing board and gotten better, but he talked his way into an ass whooping. And real quick, that's what I'm saying about Khabib versus McGregor, man. We've seen this so many times. People get the Joanna on J-check. You get that immediate rematch. You don't take the time off in between fights, and you don't win your title back. You need to take time off and get better as a fighter. And we saw that with Henry Cejudo. He lost to Demetrius Johnson. It was pretty one-sided the way Demetrius Johnson dismantled Henry Cejudo. But he didn't go for that immediate rematch. He took 2 years off. He got better as a fighter, more well-rounded, more experienced. And when he came back 2 years later, he was able to beat the #1 pound-for-pound fighter on the planet, Demetrius Johnson. You got to take some time off. Cody Garbrandt didn't do that, and so TJ Dillashaw said he talked his way into this ass whooping. He should have taken that time, go to the drawing board, and gotten better. He continued to say, I'm happy. It's not only him, the whole team needed an ass whooping. They talked all that crap. They wanted to accuse me of a bunch of bullshit, and that's the game. Karma's a bitch. And so with that being said, there was a lot of accusations coming out before this fight. I mean, not even just crazy PED accusations, you know what I'm saying, but even fucking, they accused him of ending a teammate's career, and you know what I'm saying, and since then, there's been people that have came out and kind of retracted those statements a little bit. I won't say they retracted them all the way, but since then, Justin Buchholz has left the team, and I believe he's one of the people that spoke up and said, as far as ending a teammate's career, that might have been a little, of an overstatement, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it is what it is. That's a pretty hefty accusations to throw at somebody in the build up to a fight, and that's what made this fight and this win so precious for TJ Dillashaw once he got it. For one, it took him a long time to get back to the title, and if you don't know the story, for those of you that don't know, I'll take you through it just real fast. TJ Dillashaw was the former champion and lost his belt to Dominic Cruz when Dominic Cruz came back from injury. It was a split decision, and normally when a fighter gets knocked out in a title fight, that's when you don't get a rematch. Well, this was a split decision, and still TJ Dillashaw did not get a rematch. So he had to fight another #1 contender, and he did that because Dominic Cruz fought Uriah Faber. So TJ was like, alright, I should get a rematch, but you know what? I'm fighting another #1 contender, and he did it on the same card, I believe. And with that being said, you were sure TJ Dillashaw, former champion, lost by split decision, is going to get that next title shot, right? No. Cody Garbrandt got to skip over TJ Dillashaw after knocking out Takeya Mizugaki, and he fought Dominic Cruz. And so TJ Dillashaw, the former champion who lost a split decision, had to fight another top contender and wait on another title shot when he arguably could have already been fighting for that title for sure. If you're talking about who deserved it, it's TJ Dillashaw at that time. He was beating #1 contenders and the former champion. Cody Garbrandt knocks out the #5, #6 ranked guy and skips him. So Cody got the belt. Then going into the fight where he finally gets his title shot with Cody, then they start throwing all these accusations at him on top of having to wait to get that belt. So you can only fucking imagine how sweet that victory and being the bantamweight champion is for TJ Dillashaw in this moment. And there's even talks of, hey, and like he said, it's the whole team. It's not just Cody. Honestly, this wasn't even Cody's battle. He just got dragged into it. But Uriah Faber's talking about getting that itch to compete. He just, grappled in Quintet. And I'm just saying, I could see that being a fight that could come out of, if Uriah Faber, he's a Hall of Famer now, if he decides to unretire, I'm just saying that would really put an end to this Team Alpha Male rivalry. If they scrapped that one good time, they never really got to fight, and that's really the rivalry where it stemmed from. So if Uriah Faber would be interested, I could see that fight selling, and you know how this goes sometimes. Shit, we've seen with TJ Dillashaw, it doesn't always go to the top contender, and sometimes this is more the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Circus, and less the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it's also a business. So you got to sell those tickets, put asses in seats, and that rivalry. I mean, he beat Cody Garbrandt. I would assume TJ Dillashaw, especially at this point, would beat Uriah Faber, but that would still be a fight that I'm sure a lot of people would want to see. Now, with that being said, the fight that is being talked about next for TJ Dillashaw is a fight with Henry Cejudo, the flyweight champion. TJ Dillashaw wants to challenge for a second belt. He wants to go down and fight Cejudo, but Dana White has recently came out and said something about Cejudo instead coming up to 135 and fighting for TJ's belt. And honestly, that would be a little bit of baby back bagel biting bullshit. I just explained a lot of the shit TJ went through to get his belt back. Now he doesn't get to challenge. He has to risk his belt fighting this guy that just won the belt, Cejudo. That's not even a legacy fight at this point for TJ Dillashaw. Cejudo hasn't even really made his chops in the sport. You know, when he was going to fight Demetrius Johnson, that's different. Demetrius was #1 pound for pound fighter on the planet, recognized, you know, the longest reigning defending champion in UFC history. So that was a legacy fight at either weight class. Cejudo beat the DJ in a close split decision. Why would he be getting another shot for another title, you know, instead of TJ getting that opportunity? So we'll see how that plays out. But as far as the fight, TJ Dillashaw says, I guarantee you Cejudo's just as big as me right now. I don't want that excuse of me beating Cejudo's ass and him saying, oh, it's because he's bigger than me. Fuck that, I'm not. I'll be at 125. There's no excuses. So he's making it clear he don't want to fight at 135. But Dana White might have threw a little bit of a monkey wrench into that game recently when he said that he thinks Cejudo's going to fight at 135 instead. But I'll keep you guys updated on that situation. But as far as Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw is keeping that same energy. Let the full-time family know what you guys think in the comments. And by the way, we're about to be going live really soon. Check out the live show we do every weekday. Yeah, I'm out.
Bye, Felicia.